Hello there and welcome back. Today I wanna have some fun with this setup. So after years that I bought my second Avalon, I think 3 years ago, it finally showed up at my door. It's the black version. I have already another one. It has been for a long time one of my favorite instruments, and I was using it on everything. And I'm guilty that I put it in a corner. So now that it came back, I decided why not to put it together with the Digitakt 2. And I find this cool workflow in which I resample the 303 Avalon, whatever, inside it, and then mangle it, and then add parts. So basically with a very minimal approach, with just some drums and some bass line, create a full composition like you just hear in the intro. I'm also using the OP1 to just give some touches of pads and some high-pitched note. And I'm having a lot of fun. It's super simple. I'll go through it and just create something from scratch with you. Not sure where it's gonna go, this video. But before going on and explaining everything, a few ways you can support my page. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Buy from the affiliate link down below. You spend exact same amount of money, whatever you buy, as long as the cookies are enabled, and I get a tiny percentage. Really helpful. Or become a Patreon. On Patreon, you will find tons of exclusive content. I will reply to all of your questions and help you if you need it. Okay, let's go back to it. What is the setup? The setup is Digitakt, that clock everything, main brain. The out of the Avalon goes inside the Boum for some crunchiness and especially for some volume, because the only problem I've noticed is like I don't have a good way to push the volume inside here when I monitor. So I need an external box. I wish I could avoid it, but also this sounds really good with the 303. It gives a nice beefy tones, so it's great. And then I have the OP1 that is not connected right now. We will connect it when we need it. Let's go through the demo just to let you listen what was about it. So it's this track here. This is the drum part, made of 4 tracks. I have a bass. Let me reload. And then I have this other 303 part that I recorded and then mangled. We'll see how. Then I have this chord that I made with a pad here and then chopped them up. And then finally, I have this other part. And then I can, through the mixer module here, I have in left and right, and I have my Avalon. Without this one, this is the problem. Very low volume, so you won't be able to hear it. So you need something to push it. Maybe it's just a problem of the Avalon out. Okay, let's start from scratch. I pick a new pattern. What is the Avalon? I did a video about that, you can go check it. It's a 303 clone on steroids. It's actually a very capable synth. Yeah, I love it. It has basically all what a 303 would have and had a different way to add on top. It's still a relevant instrument. I don't really know, like this was the last batch that I bought, so there will not be any more in production. There's definitely other products out there, but I really love how it sounds, and it has been the staple of my production for a long time, so it was my signature sound. So when you open it, when you get a new pattern, empty pattern, you have nothing, you have 16 steps here, but you have 4 pages, so 64 steps. I usually put a kick to give me the idea of what I'm doing. I like to work on, let's work on 100 to 5, something like that, and see where we go. So they are clocked together. And let's put down a kick. I have a series of kick that I like here. Let's pick something like that. Let's filter them out. And let me get my headphones so I hear better what I'm doing. So let's put a 4 on the floor, which might change later on. Then we go in the mixer, we turn on the input, and now we should be able to hear it. So, without a lot of mumbo jumbo and mystical things, what I do when I create, I just like to have this action and reaction. So I don't approach the songwriting or the composing with an idea in my head most of the time, actually 99% of the time, but I just put down steps and then I work with that. With modern other sequencer like the Oxy, it's easier to then change scale, have more complex harmonization. Here you just have your keyboard here, so there's no scale quantization. I could sequence it from the Digitakt, but the 303 sequencer with this slide and snappiness, it's better to use its own thing. So, if you hear that noise, it's because the auto tend to add a lot of noise. So I'm selecting the sawtooth, and then to input different note, I just press the button and do that. Let's add some nice effect. I put a ping-pong delay. Let's add some note. Nice. You can add some weird snappiness if you engage the envelope on step. So you press this and envelope, and now there's an envelope that you can see here. And this creates some difference in dynamic. So now I want to copy this first part in the other section of the sequencer. So I do time, function, and copy. Then I go on the second page and I go time, function, paste. Here it is. And now I can add some variation. I also need to set the last step there. With this, I change the second chord base. Let's keep it like this, and then we change the next one. So now I copy this, actually no, I keep it like that. I go in section 3, I do time, function, paste, and now I had a different note. So we have 3 sections. Let's keep it like that. So let's do something now. Let's sample this part into the Digitakt and then mangle that and see what happens. But to do that, I want to have higher pitch. So I pitch everything up. And let's hear. So what I'm doing, you can do with any other synth. I'm using the Avalon, but it could work with a 101, with any other. Actually, I think it's the idea of my workflow that I want to share. So now we go in the recording section here, in the sampling section, and I want to put, how many steps? Let's put 32. No, 48. Let's go with 64, and now we will see. So I can arm, and now if I press play, it will record in sync. So we are ready to go, and go. Okay, so now let's listen what we did. Let's keep that. And now let's save it. And now it will ask me to save it on any pattern. Let's put it on 16. Now, let's turn that volume down. Here it is. So what I like to do is take that, go here, machine, select grid, and on grid then you had a grid of, let's put 64. Then you press yes. Actually, first you put down steps. Let's make these 48. Let's also make the reset time to infinite and change time to 16. I mean, it will go over, but if you change pattern after 16 steps, it will change. Important. If you want to perform. So now we have our grid. Now we can put down some random thing. Let's also turn it on. Now you don't hear anything because probably the sample starts with nothing. So what we do, in the machine thing, we press yes and we create random locks. This means that it will create random start all over the steps we put down. Let's listen. And you can keep doing that as long as you find something that you like. Let's filter that out. Let's move the filter. I want to have something that just go over the other stuff. Let's find a bass sound to add. Oh, we have it already. Let's use that. Okay, so let's put it down. Let's turn on. And let's make it 48, so it goes along with this. So it's 2 times C and then it goes into D sharp. All right, so this is C, and this is gonna be D sharp. Let's see. Let's make the amplitude, the attack more slow. Let's add some chorus. Let's start adding some percussion. I'm using the stock thing just for fun. Let's add some different sound. I want to have a pad going on, and I want to sample it from the OP1. So I'm putting that in. I really like the sound of Dimension for this kind of stuff, but literally you can use whatever. Let's play. Now let's go in the recording page. Let's arm it. Let's do 128 step, and I will move the filter and the resonance to have something different happening. Let's go. Done. We don't need you anymore. OP1, good night. Let's bring back that. Now let's listen what we did. We can trim it because, so we have this sort of pad, and then we will assign it to track 15. So we can create out of this some dub chord. First, again, we go here, we select grid. We create a grid, let's do 32. Now, we can put down some trigger. So, just to let you understand what's happening, now I put down the trigger and they all start from the same point. Let's do like before and let's create random locks. This will create a variation because I moved the filter, so it's more interesting. Of course, we don't want this terrible thing. Let's keep maybe this length 15, but half speed. All right. And then, no, actually, let's do it more so we can have different slice. And now we go here, create random lock. And now it will ever change. Let's bring back all the other instruments. So we are already in a very nice crunchy vibe. I like it. Now it's just a matter of keep adding stuff. I like to add the sound that are sort of Foley. Let's see what I have. Like that one. Let's use this one, just why don't I turn on everything instead of being like that? Nice, there's some, but let's turn it only once every 2. Actually, let's put it here. And let's move the filter, so every time, actually the start, random, hold, and then I want to move the filter, random, hold. Okay. Let's listen. Oh, we need a hat. So let's use this hat, but let's make it something like that. Let's add some beat reduction, some filtering. I like to do this with the hats. You can play with a lot of stuff. You have 3 LFO, so you can play with the filter. You can play with the volume. The whole time also is so nice. This. And also you can go in trick probability, put less. So we won't have any lead or theme, because for this kind of music, which is this sort of, I don't know, dub techno things, I like to just go with the 303 as main instrument, main voice. Let's add some more crunch to this. Here too we can send filter bass, we can move it around. Okay, let's use this. And let's pick some other sound that we like, some Foley. Oh, this is nice, another kick. Give a little more groove. Let's also add some swing. And then I can also change my sequence here. Now I lower the octave again. It could be enough to perform, to have fun. Always function save your pattern, because now you can experiment with Ctrl-O. You can create this moment. Okay, I hope this was interesting and just a fun dive into my process with these 2 instruments. Now, what it's really missing, it's the overbridge, because once you have all of your pattern here, now you can record one by one in your DAW, but it will take ages. I can't wait that the overbridge arrives, so I will have all the tracks separated. I can also have these separated and all the effects. So at that point, I think the best way would be to create your sketch here, maybe perform a little, add all of the basic material, your ideas, and then go into your computer and refine all the editing, the processing, add here and there more stuff. I believe that working like this with 2 instruments only, now, I mean, I'm cheating, I have more, but with literally 2 instruments and resample what you're doing and keep growing some ideas just from scratch, mostly as an exercise, every day will lead you to discover new way of using instrument that you use since a long time, and also, yeah, start collecting ideas that you will use in the future for more complex production. All right, I hope this was interesting, and I'll see you next week.